God, guys. It's amazing to have all of you guys here who have got shortlisted for SCMHRD. So firstly, congratulations on your shortlists. All right. Great. So let's start with a quick round of introduction from everyone. First, we'll have an introduction from your seniors, and then we will go on to quick introduction of all the call getters. So yeah, Shivika, Shivangi, Agniva, you guys can start with your introduction.
Hey everyone, my name is Shivika and I'm currently pursuing sales and marketing from SCMHRD Pune. I have done my internship in sales and marketing itself from Godrej Properties Limited and hoping to have a great session with you all.
Hello everyone, my name is Shivangi Sinha and I'm pursuing MBA in Business Analytics from SCMHRD. I've completed my internship from Capgemini. So yeah, let's have a fun session together.
Hello guys, my name is Agniva Mitra. I am currently pursuing my MBA in Human Resources. Now I've done my summer internship from Aditya Birla Capital. Hoping for a great session with you guys.
Okay, lovely. That's great. Quickly now for everybody else on the chat, just type in your your name, your snap percentile, and which all calls have you got, whether it's for MBA, MBA, BA, and IDM, all the three programs. And also mention your category, whether you are from general, SC, ST, so that we'll get a fair idea. Let's see what is the percentile range at which all of us are here with the calls. Quickly, guys, type in your... Okay, I can see Kostov 99.96, Nihit 98.71, Udbhav 98.19, Karthik 96.63, Pradyuman 99.66, Ashish 91.27, Gem for BA. I think you're the lowest general candidate, Ashish, here with the call now. Let's work hard for it. Naluri Siva 99.34. Abhishek 99.34. Wow, two people with the same percentile exact. Priyanshu 99.6. Sneha 94.2. Jeff for MBA. Anukul 94. Gem BA. Interesting. Dhruti MBA 84 SC. Sanskruti 90.7. Gem BA. Nandini 97. Pratham 99.4. 99.35. Okay, Shraddha, you should turn the world upside down to make this call convert. You've got at a very good advantage. Shraddha and Akanksha Mugia, just make sure you guys are working really hard for this. Shatrupa, Aman, very good. 98, 98.7. Hashim Sawant, you've got a call at a pretty surprisingly low percentile. No category, Hashim, for you. Rahul, 99.11. Mahathi, Jeff, IDM, very good. Interesting. Lovely. So good to see all of you guys here with the various calls and percentiles. So once again, congratulations on getting shortlisted for SCMHRD. I hope all of you guys are happy. Yes, no, guys, you all can unmute yourself. We would love to see some happy faces. Yes, okay, lovely, great. So let's get started. What we are going to do is, first we are going to hear it out from all our seniors on how is the SCMHRD GEPI process, like in terms of group activities, interviews, how to go about with that from their own experiences. That's going to be available for you and the YouTube family as well also. Then we will close the session and we will have a exclusive discussion with just the CATKing family folks here on the session about your SNAP application form, how important it is, which you are going to be filling for your GEPI slot booking, and whatever other doubts or questions each one of you guys have, you will be allowed to discuss it with the seniors as well. So over to you guys, Shivika, Shivangi, Agniva, welcome on board once again. Let's hear it from, how was your journey after SNAP till making it and converting it to SCMHRD?
Okay, so talking about my journey, first of all, let me make it clear to you guys that your SNAP percentile only constitutes of 50% of the entire score. The rest of the 50%, it is about the GEPI. So GE is about 10% and PI constitutes about 40%. So now why we call it GPI and not GDPI is basically the main difference between our process and the process of other B schools is that we don't just give you a case or a topic on which you can debate on. So basically, a GE is something where we test a lot of your abilities, including your teamwork, your collaborative skills. We want to see how well of a fit you are for SCMHRD's culture. So that is how we go about our G. And when it comes to your PI, we call it a personal interaction because more than just asking you questions on your CV or on current affairs, what we majorly focus on is to understand you as a candidate, how you are and how well do you know yourself and your background and why do you want to do an MBA. So how I prepared for my GPI was that firstly, when it comes to PI, I was very well versed with my entire CV. That is why I did my undergraduation in BMS and then why I decided to go for an MBA, what my extracurricular achievements were, and what is the way forward? What have I done? So, one thing in my CV is that I have a gap year. So after my graduation, I decided to focus on my MBA entrance examinations and I cleared SNAP with a good percentile and I converted for both SIBM and SCMHRD. So when it came to SCMHRD's interview, they did ask me that what did you do in your gap year? So rather than just giving out examinations, I also did a course on stock market. So they had a lot of questions on that. They asked me what are the current developments in the stock market, what do you invest in, or what would you suggest? So there were a lot of technical questions on that as well. So be very thorough so as to what you have done in the past, what you are doing currently, and what will that MBA take you ahead for. So that is one major suggestion from my side.
So adding up to that, with my profile being in the BTech side, I had completed my BTech from Kalinga, KIIT, and then I was working for 3 years. So being inclined to business analytics, I was prepared with my all my technicals and everything, but the process here at SCMHRD was very, very unique. So the personal interaction round, what I felt was a personal interview. It was actually interactive. The panelists just wanted to know me as a candidate, what I have to bring here at SCMHRD as a student currently coming up here, and apart from what I've been in my background, in my work experience, during my work experience with Accenture, that was for 3 years. What extras do I have as my soft skills, and what all extra do I want to learn when I pursue MBA in the business analytics field? So all of that is what the panelists want to actually understand from you. And talking about my GE experience, the group exercise experience, again, we do have a notion that a group exercise would be somewhat similar to a group discussion. Uh, Group exercise actually is all about you working as a team during the entire process, in which you will be working for a given problem statement that will be coming to you from the panelist side, and that you have to work as a team. You have to decide upon the given conditions in the question. It is going to be a very interactive experience wherein you'll be learning a lot of teamwork. That is one key pointer that you have to bring forward in your MBA life. So yeah, the process is very, very unique. The GE and the PI, all very interactive, all very, least stressful it is going to be, trust me, because I know the jitters. We all have been through it, me, Shivika, Agniva, and the process was as seamless as possible. So just trust yourself, be yourself, and that is going to help you make through it.
Awesome. That's great. So, you are also from the business analytics program. So, did they ask you specific or technical questions from BA deep dive into the interview? Like for all the candidates who are looking for BA interviews, what extra do you think they should prepare?
Right. So, yes, since I was from the technical background, I did have a few questions based upon what technical skills I was having at that point, what all I was working for, and what all extra do I know about business analytics in the domain. But I would like to speak for the students who are not from the technical background as well, because we have a very diverse background here in the business analytics batch. For the people who come from different backgrounds, such as commerce and different other backgrounds, they do not really want you to have any particular skill from from your background. Like they do not look after a particular skill that you need to have in the technical side. you are always open to learn. You just have to have the zeal to, pursue business analytics, and that is what they're looking for. So whatever soft skills and whatever, anything that shows them that you're really, really excited and you are willing to pursue business analytics is what they're looking for in the personal interaction. So yeah, but if you come from a technical background, I would definitely recommend to go through and completely prepare whatever skills you hone about that.
Awesome. Great. Agniva, how about your experience?
Yeah, so like my colleagues previously mentioned, my experience at SMHRD was also quite unique. Going into the group exercise, something very fun happened in there. I'm not going to ruin the surprise. People are going to find out soon enough. So, in spite of group exercise already being a unique experience, it being different from group discussions, I think the process at SMHRD goes one step further, and candidates are going to find out about it quite soon. When it comes to the PI, I think the most thing that my interview was based on were my gap years. It was less about what I was looking for in those gap years and more about what I did to hone my own skills and the things that I was a part of during that period of time. And I think the interview revolved around that. Apart from that, it was mostly based on my personality, the things that I was interested in, why I was interested in those things, and how they would add value to and what I was bringing to the table. So my PI was mostly revolved around that. And yeah, it was more personality based rather than it just being question and answer sort of thing. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay, that's pretty good and interesting. Now you also have like the application form, right? How important is that, or a quick overview of that? In depth, we will have a discussion in some time.
So the SNAP-C form that they have to fill. The basic purpose of that form is to get to know the candidate. So when a panelist is going for the PI,
Hmm.
he or she, they look at that particular form, so they understand what the background of that particular candidate is, where he comes from, what is his academic inclinations, what are his extracurricular inclinations, so that he can pose the questions better. So that is the main purpose of that particular form. It doesn't have a particular weightage, but it is only so that the PI of the candidate is well curated for that particular candidate.
So you can think of it as something sort of like an interviewer. It's very the time that they get to judge you and your personality is very difficult for them to understand what are your basic interests and what kind of a person you are from that short amount of time. So it's more like a glimpse into what your life kind of looks like. That's what the Snapseed form is mostly about.
All right, and there's got like a very less time is left. 27th Jan onwards, their PI starts. Shivika is one of the mentors also at CATKing for their mock interviews. Do you think we can prep them in the next 7 days to frame their answers and go ahead and give a good job and convert these calls? I mean, how much time did you guys have for your interviews as well?
I think it is like quite enough time for them to prepare their answers, because it is not something that anyone has to make up, or we don't
Hmm.
have to build something. We already have that. We've done it in the past. We just have to present it in a well manner so that the panelists get to know us better. So that is the only purpose. So I personally think that 7 days is a good enough time for everyone to just uh, jot down their answers and just form a good storyline, so that it makes sense to everyone while they're speaking. And I think all of us, like Agniva, Shivangi, and I as well, the only thing that we may have prepared beforehand would have been like about current affairs maybe. But when it comes to these things, it is always at the last 7 days when you actually give your best, and then there is all the effort that goes for the process.
Awesome. That's good. And thank you so much, guys, for coming on board. Any parting thoughts for all the students who are listening for us on YouTube so that we can tell them a goodbye and we'll have more candid discussions with the rest of the CATKing students.
Yeah, so just the concluding line from my end is the process at SCMHRD, as I've already mentioned, is very interactive. Do not feel nervous, just be yourself is what I recommend. That is what has had actually helped me crack it, because the last 7 days it's going to be all that you want to prepare everything and anything.
Hmm.
So just try and focus on what you are as a personality and what skills that you already have. So all of that is going to help you, be your authentic self when you appear for the process. The process is going to be very light. It's going to be very interactive. The panelists are very friendly. So you are going to have a very great process. Trust yourself. That is all I want to say from my end.
All right, Agniva, any parting thoughts for them?
Yes, just one thing I would say, be original. You just need to tell your story in a way that people would find it interesting. You do not need to become someone else to become interesting. That's the most I can say right now.
Lovely. That was really nice. So, all the students who are listening to us on YouTube, just make sure that you are working hard for the next 7 days, given as many mock interviews as you can, and just focus on, being yourself. Like every B school interview, you have to essentially sell yourself to the panelists. So, just prep well, and rest. All of us are there here to help you guys frame your answers, practice your questions, get some more domain knowledge and insights. And thank you so much, guys, for joining in. That's very nice for you to make time, and especially between your exams and all of them also. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much for having us, and all the best, all of you who've got the call. We look forward to have you on campus really soon and during the process as well.
Okay, that was
Can I ask a doubt?
nice. Oh, yeah, these guys are not going anywhere. All of you guys can ask doubts. It was just a goodbye to the YouTube folks, which was there. Now